welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Rhonda. I'm making a taco soup for dinner this evening. Well, it's almost ready. I put it together and threw it in the crock pot, and I did not video it because I've already done that, and I wasn't going to do a repeat. I try not to do repeats. Sometimes it's hard because you run out of stuff to cook. You know what I'm saying? But I am doing a bread pudding, and I have done a bread pudding before, but I'm doing one a little bit different. I've got some, let me show you what I got, okay? First of all, if you make this recipe, preheat your oven to 350, all right? What I've got here is you need 6 slices of bread of anything you like. You can use croissants, you can use any kind of bread you got. You can use cinnamon raisin bread, you can use Italian bread, as long as it doesn't have spices in it, unless you're gonna do a savory bread pudding. You can use any kind of bread you want. And I did not toast this, and I didn't let it get stale, because I like mushy bread pudding, kind of, you know, I do. And this is 6 brioche, and brioche makes a really good bread pudding because it's egg-based and it's also sweet. And I've got 6 of these brioche hot dog buns. And I cubed them up, as you can see, all right? And I'm gonna show you this recipe, and I hope that you make it. Okay, first off, you have to have, I'm stirring this up, y'all, give me a second. You gotta have 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Sometimes I substitute a little brown sugar. I'll take out a little bit of this granulated and add a little bit of brown if you want more of a molasses flavor, you know, you can do that. And what I've done with this 3/4 cup of sugar is I have put 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, I'm just mixing it up in that. And about 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I just thought it was easier just to go ahead and mix it up in the sugar. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that in there like that. All right. And I've got 2 cups of whole milk. If you want this bread pudding to be richer, you can substitute half of this for evaporated milk, coconut milk. I've done that. So we're going to put in 2 cups of milk. Okay. Okay, we've got to have 3 tablespoons of butter, and that equals pretty much about 1/4 cup, give or take. I think I put just a little over 3 tablespoons, but it's about 1/4 cup. Then you have to have 4 beaten eggs. I'm going to throw that in there. And I like to try to get all my eggs out. So I scrape the bowl. Okay. Now, you can take out the cinnamon and you can add chocolate chips. You can put raisins in it. You can put any kind of fruit you want to in it. You can do anything you want to with this recipe. Then you got to add some vanilla. And I like a lot of vanilla. So it calls for 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I just add as much as I like. And you just want to try to mix it all up, get your bread coated. And you want to spray a dish. I'm not real sure what size I'm gonna need yet. I think a smaller one. I have a 9 by 13. Now I can do a thin bread pudding or put it in an 8 by 8 and it'd be a thick bread pudding. So let me see here. So what I got, y'all. think I will do this one right here. And I don't know what size this is. This is a 8 by 11. So I'm going to do an 8 by 11. And I'm going to spray it with some non-stick spray. And I'm just going to pour this right in here. And I think that's about the perfect size right there. Let me get all that goodness out. And this is real easy and it's delicious. And like I said, you can add raisins, nuts, dates, whatever you like, add it. And it guarantee you it'll be scrumptious. Okay. Just trying to make sure I get it all incorporated. Alrighty. And I'm going to put this, well, I thought I was preheating my oven. I don't guess I was, y'all. That's all right. It doesn't hurt to let this sit. So you can let that sit for a little while and that bread will absorb all that egg. And so I'll be back when the oven is preheated and I'm gonna show you something else we're gonna make to go with it. Okay, I thought about making a creme anglaise, but I like pudding better. So I'm gonna make a vanilla pudding with a little bit of cinnamon in it. If you've never tried it, you should try it. It's really good. That's gonna be something that I'm gonna eat with the bread pudding. Now, you cook that bread pudding about 35 to 45 minutes or until it's not, you know, real jiggly. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, now pudding. This is an easy peasy recipe, y'all, okay? First thing you gotta do is you gotta have 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and about, I don't know, a half teaspoon of salt. You're gonna put that in there. Alrighty. And try not to make a big mess like I always do. Alrighty. Now I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. And you don't have to put the cinnamon if you don't want to. Then we've got 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. Alrighty. And then we've got these other ingredients, but we're going to whisk this. And this is supposed to be a non-stick pot. We'll find out. Whisk all of these together. Now that was 1/3 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, about a half teaspoon of salt. Okay. You just want to mix that up. Okay. Just want to make sure that was okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 1/4 cup of whole milk. You can use evaporated. It'll make it much richer. That's 2 1/4 cups. And I think that's 2 cups. And from there to there, I think it's 1/4. I think it is, y'all. Okay. We're going to whisk that up a little bit and get that going. And then we're going to add my vanilla. About a tablespoon of vanilla, teaspoon of vanilla. And I usually don't cook my vanilla, but I probably will add some more after it's done because usually when you cook something and you put vanilla in it, it will cook it out. But this recipe called for it to put it in the actual mixture while it's cooking, but I will taste it and then see if it needs more. Extra vanilla never hurts, y'all. So you want to stir this up, get it all mixed up, okay? Now you want to add 2 large egg yolks. And I just like to dip that in there and swish it around and get all that egg yolk out. Just like that. Alrighty. And then you're going to have 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter, but you don't put the butter in till after it's done and it's thickened, because that gives it a silkiness to it. Now, you don't want to whisk it entirely too much because, you know, it could separate. That's what the recipe says. I've never had that problem. 1/3 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 1/4 cups of whole milk, 2 large egg yolks, a tablespoon of butter, and about 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. And you just want to start it off on medium heat, and it will start thickening. And if you get lumps in it, you can put it through a sieve and get all the, you know, lumps and stuff out of it. So I will be back once this starts thickening up. It usually takes 5 to 7 minutes. Now, I have made this recipe with flour also. If you didn't have cornstarch, you can Google the substitution for cornstarch versus flour. If you do not have any cornstarch, you can do that, because that's how I normally make my homemade banana pudding. I would use that recipe for flour, with flour, I mean. So, y'all, when it starts to thicken, it will go quickly. Just saying. You want to scrape down the edges, make sure the corners in the inside of your pot, you got it good. It's starting to get thick, and it will go quickly. See how easy making pudding? And you can, if you want chocolate, just add some chocolate to it. There's plenty of recipes on how much chocolate to use. I've actually made this right here and just added some chocolate chips to it. Or some good chocolate, you know. Alright, now I want to take that off the stove for a minute. Stir that up. Alright, I'm going to turn the stove off because it's about where I need it to be. It smells so wonderful, y'all. It's so easy to make. And it's so satisfying and comforting. Okay, now. Okay, see that, y'all? Now I want to add my butter, about 1 tablespoon. And that gives it silkiness and richness. And just stir it around, you know, let it melt. And I'm gonna add a little bit more vanilla. Just a little bit. I got it in the side of the pot too. Oh. Okay. And just stir it up. That butter will incorporate. And you talking about something yummy. And like I said, you don't have to put the cinnamon in it. But I think it's going to go really good with the bread pudding. I like creme anglaise, but not as much as I do pudding. And plus, I did not have any heavy whipping cream, I don't think. And there we go. And there is our pudding. We're going to put it in the refrigerator. Okay, I'm going to put it in this bowl here. So we can put it in the refrigerator. Those speckles of vanilla bean paste. The little seeds in the vanilla bean paste is what I'm trying to say. Y'all, that's lovely. Okay, and you want to cover it with some plastic wrap so it won't form a skin. You got to let it touch the pudding or it will form a skin, just like that. See? And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for an hour or so. And it'll probably get even thicker. And I'll see y'all back. Okay, it's done. And he did not want to wait for the pudding to get all the way thick. But that's okay, it'll still thicken. But I ran it through a sieve to make sure there was no lumps or pieces of cornstarch or anything like that in it. But it will get more thick. It hadn't been in the refrigerator 15 minutes. But it might be better like this, you know? So, and I've got some cute little glasses here. It looks yummy. Goodness gracious. Look at there, y'all. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be delicious. Oh my word. So it is delicious. I took a bite of yours. You like it? Alrighty, y'all. Y'all need to make this. And like I said, this pudding, it will thicken up. But, you like it, really? He's eating it, so he likes it. So, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all make it. I will put the recipe in the description box. So, it's getting late. Yummy, yummy. See y'all later. Bye-bye.